Juice.
Becky.
How sleepy are you?
Very.
What is this?
That's my Go Juice, my sparkling ice water, black raspberry.
My daughter drinks that all the time.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
You know, she's a type 1 diabetic. So she is a, what's the people that drink wine or experts in wine? They smell.
Connoisseur.
There's a fancy word for them. Cavassier or something. I don't know. Anyways.
Cavassier, that's a drink.
That's the drink. Anyway, that's brandy.
That's what the ladies' man drank.
Remember
Cavassier.
Cavassier. Anyways, she is a expert in zero sugar drinks.
Really?
Yeah. One time me and her went to the movies, and I got a regular Coke, and she got a Diet Coke, and we sat down in a dart and mixed it up, and she drank about half of a big regular Coke. I don't know what you know what that does to a type 1 diabetic.
Well, probably buzzes them.
Alarms start going off. Her blood sugar shot up like 500. So we had to like, insulin. But anyways, and she said, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to watch this movie. So anyway. But anyway, yeah. So she is very adept in determining what is the good sugar-free drinks and the bad ones. Her favorite drink? Water.
Oh, I hate plain water.
I drink coffee, has water in it. So
yeah, I hate plain water. You know what did it?
What? Chugging them at boot camp?
No.
Mm-hmm.
They made me sick in boot camp.
Yeah.
Drinking out of those wonderful smelling canteens.
Oh, God.
And the water bowls.
Water bowls. In Army, they call them buffaloes.
Yes.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
So I was at officer candidate school, OSIFer, being a fancy OSIFer in the Army at Fort McClellan.
Right.
And we did our big week-long field op thing, right?
Yep.
Patrolling and all that stuff. It's okay. It ain't bad, you know. It ain't like sniper school or BRC or nothing like that. But it's good. You know, you do your little stick lanes with your squad and you do platoon ones and all that. It's pretty good stuff. You see who listened during class real quick when it's hot and everybody's sweaty and stuff. But we would get our our water out of those water buffalo. I was in the Army at the time.
Right.
Water bowl if you're in the Marines or the Navy.
Right.
And it tasted funny. And we opened the top of it, had a dead raccoon in it.
It's okay.
We've been drinking that.
It's a protein drink.
Yeah, had a dead raccoon in our juice. So
it's protein drink.
Anyways,
we've done worse.
But you know, I don't mind the meat part, but you got the guts with the poop and all that in there, and the urine.
That's just flavoring.
But
it's like condiments.
The supply dude that was helping us with, he was the support guy.
Yeah.
We didn't see him after that. So,
yeah. Wonder why?
Because that patrol, that iteration, the big colonel was with us, regimental commander guy. They call him.
Nice.
He would come out and do a day with you on patrols.
Yeah.
It was like grandpa being out there. You could have done this better. Right. And you get out in the real Army and all this. He wasn't like the other ones, like, you suck, push-ups, flutter cakes, go run. He wasn't. But he was a long-term infantry guy, Ranger qualified guy, been through a lot of stuff. Very smart guy. And he goes, yeah, let's don't drink that. So we went to the next one and checked. It was good. And then we didn't see that Sergeant First Class anymore after that. So I wonder why.
Huh, that's odd.
I'm guaranteed they said he was supposed to make sure those were sanitized and all that. But
sure.
And it sat at the motor pool for 9 years with the top open. Some got in there,
Yeah, he went in and filled it, and the raccoon was in there.
We're good. What if he killed somebody? The hantavirus or whatever.
Oh, the hanta masks, it's coming.
That comes from animal poop.
Yeah, I'm not wearing no mask.
I'm not either. I'm not playing. I've already announced I'm not playing along.
Yeah, neither am I. There'll be no vaccines, no mask.
I'm going to go to Walmart or Foodland or Walmart. I'm going to walk down the aisle like I want to.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I lick the handles on the carts. I don't care.
You remember that? So you're not going to get COVID if you all walk down to the grocery store aisle the same way. Remember that?
Yeah. And they even put the arrows on the floor to know which way to go.
I ignored that after like 30 seconds. I can't do this. I'll go directly where I want my Raisin Bran. I'm going to go get it without following arrows.
Well, Fauci,
Texas may be trying to press some charges on him.
Somebody should.
Because the little immunity don't count at state level or county level, whatever you want to do. So
nope. Somebody should.
Right. There was a bunch of people just went in front of Congress and said that he was a liar.
Yep.
Under oath the other day, some doctors, MDs.
They were doing it when it was going on. COVID.
Right. The mask thing. I keep one in my pocket, and if like the store said put on a mask, if I had to go in there, I put it on. But I didn't walk around in my.
Those masks ain't gonna save you from no virus.
There's people walking around right now with masks on,
Yeah, I see them once in a while.
and they put them on their chin,
It's even funnier when they're in their car driving by themselves.
right? Well, you never know, that air might come through.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Why do they wear them on their chin though?
To keep, the goatee, the beard clean so you don't get it in there.
Don't they? It's just a fashion thing. Then after that, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
When I was in the Army Reserve during all that, and we had to wear them for a while. Mask, right? You could either wear a black one, a green army colored one, or a medical.
Or an army pink.
It had to be medical, the blue ones, right? It could be one of those. And I hated wearing the thing anyways, but we'd see people walking around with it under their chin, and I'd be like,
You're still wearing it.
I'd be like, on the way, all the way on or all the way off. You know what I mean? So that's what it said in the thing, So, and I was quick to not wear it. You know what I mean? When they said don't wear it anymore, but people kept going, man. Like, you have a mask?
People.
Nope, I don't.
They're sheeple.
The boss said you don't have to wear it today. I'm not wearing it. So, but I don't know. It was ridiculous. But the hantavirus, you got to live with somebody for quite a while. Like, I mean, you'd have to be in the same room for like 7 days.
Yeah, we're not in the same room for 7 days.
No, I can. A couple hours a week's good with me.
Yes, I'm good with
A
it.
few text messages,
But I don't like you that much.
unless we're like fishing or something. I think, right?
Yeah.
You got to be doing something, shooting, fishing.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got so off track there.
Yeah.
Did we even get into CIA files yet?
No.
So there was
I thought that's what we were going to start with.
we got into hantavirus. What else did we get into?
All kind of stuff.
Hantavirus opened it up to the counter.
The water buffalo.
Oh, the water buffalo.
Yeah. Because of drinking the water, because of my drink.
You know what? We're still staying on this. I don't care. I got all the YouTube time I want.
Okay.
All right. In the Marines, you got canteens that have been used by generations of Marines.
Yes.
And they stunk. I'd scrub them, put them in the dishwasher when I had a house just to get the smell out. Get that heat in.
I could never get it out.
Yeah. I went in the Army, and you get brand new ones in a plastic wrap.
Yeah, but that's the Army. They have money.
The Marines have money, they just don't spend it.
Yeah. I don't know if certain units have money.
We had money, but I'm talking about when I went to boot camp in SOI, you got canteens that were hundreds of years old.
Yeah. I got them out in the fleet.
Yeah.
No, when I went in the Army, everything was brand new.
In plastic wrap.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then I said, what do y'all do with these canteens when you turn them in? They said, well, they destroy them.
Yeah.
All right. I said, why can't I keep it?
Yeah.
I had one canteen I never even opened. Like it was in a.
I had so much gear when I got it.
Yeah. Right. Even in the field, we took canteens. That was like your emergency, like I'm down to my last water, but you carried a camel bag, man.
Oh, yeah.
So that was what you sucked up.
We had
today.
desert bags, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, you sucked on that camelback all, to keep hydrated when it's real hot. But anyway, this article here, or there was a rumor that went viral on the internet that said the CIA went into Tulsi Gabbard's office and snatched up the Kennedy files that were still
being redacted.
Classified.
Yes, they were redacting parts of it.
And they said, this is a rumor, said that they snatched them so that she wouldn't declassify them.
Right.
What do you think?
I don't know. That's an awfully weird and random rumor.
Mm-hmm. Right. Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna, which she seems legit. I see her on TV some. She shared claims on social media that the CIA had taken approximately 40 boxes of JFK and MK Ultra files. Ooh, I get into more stuff. She later clarified that she was not alleging an actual raid occurred on that day, but she said her CIA contacts said they had the box. A whistleblower witness alleged the CIA had taken back 40 boxes of files being processed for declassification by DNI Gabbard. They don't want that out there, do they?
No.
That they show that they killed him?
No, we talked about this, I don't know how long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think we even talked about it when we did the sniper course with you.
Okay.
There's more than one shooter.
Yeah.
If you're a shooter, you can tell there's more than one shooter. Nobody bought that crap.
Right. In ballistics and sniper school, we studied that video and the autopsy.
Right.
And there is no way that from the wounds, there's no way that the one hit from the back, but there's no way. There's other ones in the front, my man, on the autopsy footage.
Yeah.
Now the sniper school wouldn't. They're like, hey, what do you think? It was like just a study, right, to see ballistics and.
I mean, you can even look at the film and see when he got hit, and the one in the front threw him backwards.
Right.
Because it hit that brace he wore for his bad back.
Yeah. Now, one of them went through the passenger in the front, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, your head. They were trying. I remember I've read where a CIA ballistics guy tried to say, when you shoot somebody with a 30-06, that's basically what he shot him with, 30-06. Your head goes with opposite the impact. I'm like, no, it don't.
No, it does not.
It doesn't. I mean, it's not as dramatic as you see on the movies, but
Right.
it follows the path of the bullet.
Right.
Because that bullet, especially at it was close. If you stand in that window and look, it was not far. There's a big tree in the way.
Energy pushes it forward.
There's a big tree in the way now.
Yeah.
Especially if that bullet mushrooms or makes a move going through, it makes it even more dramatic, right? So,
but that's the CIA investigating the CIA. Of course. Yeah. I mean, come on.
right. Kennedy was getting ready to stop the Vietnam thing, and Boeing and the other government contractors were like, hey, we got to do something about this. So they had him whacked. Exactly what happened.
Johnson was in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Even the first Bush was in on it.
So the day after, pretty much, Johnson was sworn in.
Yeah.
He put billions of money on the Vietnam fire. Got things rocking and rolling.
I wonder why.
50-something thousand dudes later, dead people later.
Yeah.
It was because he's Texas man. He's tied into those government contractors.
He is.
So
Or he was.
Kennedy was not really tied into he was tied into more Wall Street, but not the government contractor world. So anyways, I think the CIA killed him or had somebody killed him, and they marched out their little patsy.
Yeah.
And said he did it.
I don't think Oswald did it either. I think Oswald fired a shot that day.
You don't think so?
No.
With a bolt action?
With an Carcano rifle? No.
Equivalent to a 30-06, right? Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm not buying it.
Yeah. I don't think he did it there. You ever been out there?
He even shot it. Yeah.
To the square?
Yeah.
It was a close shot.
Yeah.
To me, it was a close shot.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting off 3 shots.
Not with a Carcano.
Like Gunny on the movie.
Oh, Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah. 3 shots with an Italian, whatever.
Yeah. That's what a motivated Marine and his rifle can do. No, he did not.
He might have got 1 shot. I don't know.
No.
The babushka lady.
One of those. There's no way.
And another thing, you got everybody dodging for cover.
Right.
And the babushka lady standing there with a camera.
Right.
Didn't even flinch.
Yeah.
I stood with a babushka lady stood.
Yeah.
I looked around, I didn't see her. But
Yeah.
she wasn't
there?
She wasn't a ghost. It was real. You like I'm stapling my fingers, Juice?
Yeah, I see that. I see how you're doing that.
But yeah, and also the MK Ultra files. That's another program that was a disaster.
Yeah.
Damage ruined a lot of lives. They got people, susceptible people, and said, hey, take these drugs and let's record how you act. And next thing you know, they're addicted to acid and meth and everything else, whatever drug.
Look what they did to Ted Kaczynski.
Oh, Teddy.
Oh, the Unabomber. He's the man.
He was a skilled individual, but he just misapplied his skills.
He was very, very, very smart. But after you do 500 hits of acid when you're 15,
right?
I guess it affects you in different ways.
Was he at Harvard? That was one of them. It started in the basement of an Ivy League. I don't know which one, but and did all the tests on the people with the drugs and everything else.
Yeah, he was like 15 and was in college.
Yeah, but he made some. I'm not bragging on the guy. He's a murderer. He made some pretty cool bombs, though.
Sure, he did.
Not detected and all that. They say, hey, when you think of a bomb threat in a mail package, it's got wires sticking out and all that.
Yeah,
his were clean as a whistle. So
they were good.
You open that joker and boom.
Yeah,
but somewhere on a timer, I think. But you know how good the timer has to be? You have to really study the mail route to know the delays and all that, to have the timer right.
He was a strange individual, but man, he was methodical.
He was, and he's a murderer. Don't get me wrong, but I've read some books about from the FBI, that the detectives that worked, the agents that worked on that, and they kind of said this guy was out of this world smart, you know. So, and the only reason they got caught, they put his handwriting out, and his sister saw it, right? Something like that.
His brother.
One of his relatives
Yeah,
saw
it was his brother.
and turned him in.
His brother's a snitch.
Well, if your brother was blowing up people around the world,
Well, yeah, you want to inform. I guess snitching's a strong word for his brother. He informed.
right? So we were going to talk about today reasonable articulable suspicion, RAS, but we got caught up in MK Ultra, Tulsi Gabbard. Let's talk about reasonable articulable suspicion a little bit. I've watched, there's a lot of videos going out on TikTok and Instagram, whatever, about these First Amendment auditors, right?
Yeah.
Some of them are legit. Some of them just, the ones that I like to watch are the ones that are very respectable to the police. There's someone that, and the police say, hey, we want your ID. You're being detained. What's the crime? They're very not, some of them are just buttholes.
Yeah.
They cuss out the cops for no reason and all that.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes the cops are buttholes, but for no reason. I watched one yesterday where a guy was recording at the DMV, all right? And there's no sign that says you can't do it. And they called the police on him and all that. And the police officer came in and lost it, like went nuts. Get out of the building, blah, 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 screaming and yelling, and put cuffs on him, you know? And then the supervisor showed up and took the cuffs off.
Imagine that.
But can you film cops?
Sure you can.
Yeah, they film you.
Or less if they film me.
They film you, right?
Yeah.
So is that enough reasonable, articulable suspicion to detain someone?
No.
What has to happen before you can detain somebody?
Well, you have to determine that that individual has committed or is going to commit a crime.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, it basically.
Okay.
If they're not doing anything wrong, if they're just filming,
Mm-hmm.
so what?
This is a public road out here at the intersection. If they're not blocking traffic,
As long as it's not on your property, he can be out there filming all day.
as long as you're not blocking traffic, there's not a safety concern where he's going to get ran over, which all you can do there is like, hey, scoot over.
Yep, you can't impede any police investigations or police work but if you're just out there filming, good on you.
We know that from being PIs. You can film from public places, right?
You can.
Now, sometimes the cops show up and say, hey, we're investigating a crime. We need to detain you. What crime is it? Because the people in that building are nervous? Is that a
Yeah. No, you're not going to detain me because you're investigating a crime over there. I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm filming, right?
Yeah.
And people say, and it's funny that people come out of these buildings and say you can't film, but they're in buildings where cameras are all over the place. They're being filmed all the time.
Security cameras and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
They film everything. What about refusing consent to search?
You don't have to consent to search.
Like so say you come up and I'm standing on a sidewalk somewhere and there's a burglary.
Right.
Say it, Juice.
Burglary.
Somebody's stealing some crap out of the store.
Right.
They broke in and stole it, right? Now, and I'm just standing there. Do I have to consent to search then?
No,
Unless I fit the description of the person. Right?
there has to be mitigating circumstances for that to happen.
Like if they said, hey, there's a bald guy in a gray shirt with cowboy boots on.
Right.
Okay. G3 on it.
Staying in there with all the stuff that was stolen.
I got Cheetos and a lighter that I stole with no receipt, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
So
And probably a can of dip for you.
I get the tubs of dip, but yeah, I would never steal them. But what about high crime area and walking away? That's another one where there's already a bunch of crime going on where drugs, rape, whatever. And there's just a kid walking down the road.
Doesn't matter.
Hey, kid.
You can do it.
WWB, walking while black.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can do a casual contact.
Just say, how's your evening going?
Yeah, that's it.
That's just policing, right?
Yeah, and I used to do it with everybody all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean I can stop them and frisk them and everything else. There's case law that determines that.
Now, let's say you go into say you got the store up at 5, right? The shop and go.
Yeah.
And you just walk in and start talking to the owner in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner says, hey, I don't want you in my building.
Okay.
You have to leave, right?
Yes.
Unless you think there's a safety concern or somebody's stealing something or a crime's taking place, right?
Yeah, if he doesn't want you in there, you got to leave.
Mm-hmm. What about...
You can be trespassed.
Right. Yeah, a cop can, right?
Yes.
No. If he asks you to leave and you don't, you don't have a reason to be there.
Yeah, you're trespassed.
Right. That's embarrassing. Hey, Judge, but
Yeah.
it's a misdemeanor. But anyway, he looked suspicious. Is that enough reasonable, articulable suspicion?
If you can articulate where the suspicion came from, do you have prior knowledge of this individual, his actions, what is he doing, his behaviors, the location? There's a whole lot of totality of the circumstance
Right.
to determine that.
Mhm.
But you can't just look and go, well, he looks suspicious.
Right.
Well, if that's the case, I look suspicious.
Well, so say I got cold cocked on the sidewalk by a guy that looked like you, and they saw you a block over, and I described you to the T.
Oh yeah, you're
Weird bald shirt that says I'm little.
Yeah.
All those things, right?
Yeah.
That's enough. And you got to go in hot too. You got to be, hey man, we're going to detain you because we think you're suspicious. You don't come in and like, hey, what's up? You know,
No. There's a difference in the approach. Yeah.
yeah. I'm saying come in hot. You come in
Yeah.
more of an aggressive tone. You're saying, hey, dude, we think you did this. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Now, what if they're in a public parking lot and they're checking door handles?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be touching people's stuff.
No.
All right. That's happened before where somebody was looking for a car to steal or steal stuff out of the car.
Sure.
I had a laptop stolen out of a car one time in Fort Payne, Walmart. Never locked my doors here unless I left the county. I never locked them anywhere.
Right.
This is before the automatic lockers and all that stuff. I had a laptop sitting in the back, went in and got some groceries and came out, and my laptop was gone.
Yeah.
Fort Payne police came up and they said, yeah, he stole it, but that was before cameras were everywhere.
Right.
And internet, you know, you didn't connect devices to the internet all the time. And they're like, it's probably gone. You know, they were being honest with me. So
Yeah.
now I lock my doors all the time. Now the thing, if I walk away from it, it locks on its own, you know, one of those kind of cars. But I was a pain in the butt. I wish I'd have caught the guy. But some little punk saw that laptop and got it.
Yeah.
That's before they were cheap. So they were expensive back then. So, and it wasn't mine. It was a company one. So I had to buy it. But anyways, because I didn't lock my doors.
Yeah.
Now, if they're checking door handles, though, they're probably trying to steal something out of the car. It's hard to steal a car now like that, but they can.
Right.
Or steal a car or objects out of
It's a little more sophisticated than it was when I was stealing cars as a kid.
Now you have a computer involved and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You can use a dolphin. You heard of those?
Yes.
Okay. You can program them the right way and make them work.
But back then, you were Slim Jimming the door and you were busting the ignition with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Or you were popping the ignition out and crossing the wires and starting it and taking off.
Mm-hmm. I went to
Do it like that no more.
I went to Bill Scott Racing in the 90s. You ever heard of that up in West Virginia?
Yeah.
The driving school. And they taught us how to hot wire a car.
Yeah.
And they were already getting into the more sophisticated stuff. And they're like, what about these? And they're like, oh, don't worry about those. They didn't know yet. They didn't know yet. You know, and
Yeah. They have no clue.
but we were doing the old ones, which is overseas, though. That's what we were training for.
Yeah.
You can run into older ignitions over there still
Oh, yeah.
on newer cars. So depending on what country you're in. So that was the purpose of that. Hey, we need to get away. Let's find a car and kind of thing.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. What else have you seen people detained for that you thought was not correct?
Yeah, I think they're obviously walking down the street, a black guy committed a crime.
WWB, walking while black, driving while black. All
Yeah.
that thing.
You know, the profiling and stuff. There's been several times. I've seen it right here. We had a break-in, you know, the Mexican restaurant out there.
Yeah.
So there was a break-in.
Across from the police station.
Yeah, yeah. So there was a break-in in there one night, and I don't know, I can't remember exactly who called, but they said it was a white male that broke in.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched one of the officers, one of the deputies, stop a Hispanic kid
Right.
and said, we had a break-in, you fit the description. He did not fit the description.
Right. So it did not fit the description. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked, Juice. So
That's all right. If you don't fit the description.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, when you're driving on a public road, they have some more leeway. Now, you got to commit a driving violation. You got to not turn your blinker on, tail lights out. You have more reason to stop you. But even then, they can't go digging in the car unless there's a reason. Right.
Yeah. So if another instance, driving down the road and I smelled the car in front of me, they were obviously smoking pot.
Mhm.
I pulled them over. They had pot.
Mm-hmm.
You can pull them over for that.
You saw it sitting in the console to back seat.
No, I smelled it.
I mean, when you pull them over,
No,
you didn't see it when you came up in the
no. And I, plain as day, I say, hey, the reason I pulled you over is I smell weed coming out of your car. You guys smoke weed? Oh, no, no, no. Listen, you need to tell me if yeah, we're smoking it. Where's it at? Here, they handed me the weed.
Right. Small.
I'm good. They handed it to me. I asked where it was. They handed it to me.
You didn't go digging for nothing.
Now, if I would have got them out and started digging without consent, that would have gone nowhere. I would have gotten into trouble for that.
They'd be like, hey, what'd you do this?
Yeah.
Thing. But if they pull me over for speeding, they can't go digging for weapons.
No.
Right? You know, illegal.
No. I hate to say this because I see a lot of guys do this, a lot of cops. You got anything in the vehicle I need to know about? Any guns, weapons, thermonuclear devices, any drugs? You're going to say no. Would you mind if I search? And then if you say no, it turns into this coercion on the officer's part.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you ain't got nothing in there, like you said, you shouldn't be, afraid for me to look in there. You shouldn't be scared. And they work it into, oh, well, whatever, go ahead.
You're not coming in there. Mind.
Yeah. I've been stopped and the cop has been a jerk and asked me, do you have anything I need to know about? And I'll tell him, you're either going to write me a ticket or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can I search your vehicle? No.
Why? Yeah.
No. Well, you afraid? You got something in there I need to know about? Now, obviously, I don't look like a law-abiding citizen, and I get that. But I'm not going to be harassed because I'm going to give you what you give me. I said, I'll tell you what. You can search underneath the gas cap, and that's it.
Used to be a butthole. So
yeah.
But I've had them pull me over for speeding, and they say that stuff, and I'm like, no. Can we just get on with the ticket?
Yep.
Makes them mad, but
you do not have to give them permission to search your vehicle. When they search your vehicle, it's because you either give them consent, don't ever do it, or it's incident to arrest.
Right.
You've been arrested, and they're going through your car.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And even then it gets a little cloudy if it's not pertaining to the arrest, right? I mean, not like do plain view and all that stuff, but
correct.
In Alabama, everybody's got a gun.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you have a gun? Well, duh. Everybody has one, probably. We can carry them around anywhere we want. So anybody can, as long as you're not a felon or declared mentally unstable.
And I never asked anybody, do you have a gun with you?
Just don't point it at me.
Yeah. I've been shot. It hurts.
Keep it in your holster, your pocket, or wherever.
As long as you keep it in there, that's great. And there's people that say, just so you know, I'm a licensed concealed carry weapons holder. I do have a weapon on me. Well, where's it at? Well, it's right here. Okay. Just keep your hands away from that.
You don't have to have a license anymore.
No, not anymore.
Unless they're out of state. I get mine in case I go across the Mississippi, Tennessee, or something. In case the guy asks.
Yeah, I've got mine.
Yeah. All right. So that's reasonable, articulable suspicion.
Just 50% plus 1.
That's for detaining.
And you don't know what that 1 is.
Right. Okay.
A reasonable, prudent person is what they like to say.
Right. It all starts with Terry, Ohio. We can frisk.
Yes.
For the safety of the officer.
Yes.
We didn't talk about that much.
Well, that was the whole circumstance, the totality of the circumstance. Businesses closed at night. The cop had a lot of years experience. He's a beat cop. He knew the area, knew the people. Seeing these guys acting suspicious. They were trying door handles. That's where that case law came in.
They weren't walking from home to the store back to home.
No.
They were checking doors, right?
Right. And when he patted them down, they found burglary tools.
And they had stolen items in their pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was jewelry or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but the Terry frisk comes into play when you are physically detained.
Right.
And you got to have a reason to detain somebody, just not because I don't like your haircut.
Right.
Or you're recording in a public spot, or you yelled at me.
Crime is committed, was committed, is going to be committed.
I don't like it. I don't do it to people in general, but some of these people scream and holler at cops and cuss them out for no reason.
Yeah, I don't do that.
But the cops still can't do nothing. You can't yell a verbal unless they said, hey, I'm going to kill you, sucker. Something like that.
I've seen people I know somebody in particular had a passenger in her vehicle. He flipped the cops off. The cops pulled him over. I hate to break it to you. That is not a probable cause stop. That is not a reason to stop a person just because they flipped you off and your little badge got hurt.
Your little feelings got hurt.
Yeah.
But, all right. Let's cool it for now. We'll get back into that one another day. But that's all we got, Juice. You got anything else?
Not today.